Yes, 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 yes. In the beginning, there's just price chaos. Prices move up. Prices move down. What appears chaotic. And you don't know the direction. I know everybody wants to pretend like they do, spend their time acting like they know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen. On Monday, you're going to enter the market completely fucking clueless. You don't know. You don't know where it's going to go, man. You have no idea. Nobody you know has any idea. The market has a mind. It's a live, breathing thing. It'll take from you. So about a little over 20 years ago, I came to the market like other people. I want to make money, see things going up and down. Look, this is how easy it is, man. It looks easy, right? I mean, think about this. Price can only do a couple things, dude. It can go sideways, right? It can go up, and then look, go sideways, right? Then go up, go sideways, and then what? Up. And look at that. I mean, this top is picture perfect. It does the damn reversal, man. Every trading book, if you're into candlesticks, I use bars. I don't use candlesticks. If you notice, my chart's different. I use bars. Now, some of you are functioning at such a low level, you're using lines. You don't even actually have charts. People send me those all the time. It's just a fucking line. It's like, what are you sending me? Why would you be looking at a line when you can go deeper into price and look at the actual open, the high, the close, up, down, down day. And we can begin to see patterns of consolidation. See these? Just stair-stepping higher. And then look, it goes down, same thing. Now the down's a little different. It's ferocious. Look at this. It stops. And as I'm looking at this as a person, knowing what I know, I'm looking for price to move in a certain fashion, right? And while I don't know the direction, I don't know where it's going to go, I do know that I came across this observable pattern. I got this in the newsletter. What page is it on? You should know it by nauseam. Page 10. Somebody asked me today, the stock went up 100%. Yeah, and guess what it did before it did that? It went sideways, and then it broke out. And it did a pattern. So this did it here. We got to clean this up. We're just looking at the chaos of price right now. There are no indicators, nothing to help you. This is just a white thing. It could be black, whatever color makes you feel better, if that makes you feel more comfortable. But price can only do three things, man. Go sideways, go up, or go down. That's it. And if it goes down, it can go down, then go sideways, and then go down, and then go sideways, and then go down and go sideways. And that would be a stage 4 decline. And you'd watch price, and it would keep doing it until it stopped doing it. And then when it stopped doing it, we can just assume that it's going to do the other thing. And so part of what, when I began studying this 20 years ago, it took me a long time to come to this. And I began to realize, like, there's just some basic shit, man. And if I can function and operate inside of some of these basic ideas, very much like a religion, where it's like, there's just some fucking fundamentals here. If you don't believe these, you're actually not part of the group. You're in a different group. There are some things that just, they're not interpretable. Like, we don't do that. Right? There are some things that define the company of Facebook or define the U.S. Army from the South African Army or the Russian Army. Right? There's something that's different. And so as we look at price, this is price going up and down, trying to make sense of this. Like, you're telling me, look at this. Look at the difference in price. $24, $13. What is this? $11, $24. See this? Now, this happened from, was it May to the end of August? And you be honest with me, you bought it over here, you're not feeling so good here. But if you've been in the flow with it for years, doesn't that change your picture a little bit? But if you just walked up in the fucking stock yesterday, maybe your vision isn't that big because you just showed up. Like, I don't know if you know this, in the NFL, they lose football games, man. They actually get fucking punched. Right? Same in this thing. So when you step in, you might think, well, this is a high price. Maybe it's not a high price. Maybe there's people playing it right now who are still up hundreds of percent, even though you're down 40%. That's possible. People say, what do you mean, man? Meaning, these things are alive, dude. They go through cycles. Just moving. Just moving. One of the things that I noticed, now this is a stock, ENVX. Now, let's see what tip ranks. I'm using this because a bunch of you guys brought me this one. So if a lot of people show me a stock, I start looking at it, right? Come on, man. What's going on with my internet? There we go. Let's see what this stock is worth. Oh, man. They got, 3 analysts got a strong buy, $89 target. Or $29 target, excuse me, 89%. And we're at $15. Right? You might think, man, that looks cheap. Okay. I agree. If we could conclude, let's play pretend that $29 was certain. Let's say that's for certain. Dude, that's up here, right? Obviously, it's not that easy, right? Obviously, it's not that easy. My man says, hey, Gerald, been wildly profitable on everything I've sold since I started learning from you. Can't thank you enough for the truth you're putting out. You're very welcome, sir. How could we try to make sense of this? So here's one of the things that I found is that if we go look over time, stocks go up. The general weight, the pressure, the push is to the upside. Not every stock, not every day. There's different things going on. But all of these stocks want to push higher. And if I catch them at the right times, the chances of that are even better, right? So I have a better chance of just green light picture of making money up here after it goes down here. Does that make sense? Meaning to make the most at 29 as a general rule, I need to watch it, let it come in, and then try to catch it before it starts to go to 29. Right? That's just big fucking picture. That's what you're trying to do. Buy shit cheap, sell it higher. Flip it if you're trading, right? At its core essence, that's trading. Here's the thing, though. Along the way, this thing can run up, get knocked down, run up, get knocked down, run up, get knocked down. It could give you months. Shit, that might take a year and a half from now. It could be a year and a half from now. And guess what you don't know? Whatever the fuck is going to happen on Monday, you have no idea. You have no idea. And so everyone values this and looks at this where they paid for it, not where it's ultimately going. So if they bought it over here and it's down here, they might not like it. The guy that bought it right here thinks this trade's setting up pretty nice. His target's here, if he's following the money flow, right? My point being is it's all kind of relative. And so the way you should view things isn't what did you pay for it? What is it and where is it going? Like always be thinking that. What is it and where's it going? One man's foreclosure is another man's opportunity. So you could have a guy right now who's maybe you're beat up in Uber. Are you? I don't know. If it goes to 70, were you? So once I've established there's uncertainty, I don't know. Cool. There's hurricanes. You live on the coast. Storms. Anybody shocked? No. Does it suck? Yeah. But there'll be another one. And another one. There's unusual. There's random. There's random roll of dice. What town does it hit? What tree gets struck? Randomness. And yet there's weather patterns. And yet there's patterns, and they can predict, hey, usually this is what it does. And so through trading stocks, that's what I began to see. First, I caught on to this from a guy named Stan Weinstein. As I would look, he'd be like, look, man, as a general rule, markets go up. This is Dow Jones. He used a weekly. Let's go to a weekly. And these moves here, these big drops, become what? Opportunities. Right? I mean, if we're just looking at this big picture, look. Right? You say, yeah, but you can't buy that. Yeah, you can. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Sure can. They all look the same. You know, you're going to see another one, another one. These are weeks down, right? So if we take this down to a daily chart, it begins to form patterns. And as price sells off, then it stops, and then what? It starts to turn. And if as a general rule, I believe it turns to the upside, so I'm looking to trade to the upside. Why would I not want to trade into the advantage, man? I call that the wind. And so as I'm out there looking at individual stocks with this basic belief that over time these things go up, man, I don't know how you play if you don't believe that. Now that's a different way of trading, right? And you say, well, okay, well, if I'm gonna play the downside, then what? Then you got to know it's fast and furious, man. Look at these sell-offs recently. It's a daily chart. No, what is this? A weekly? No, it's a daily. Look. Below the 20, comes right back. Below the 20, comes right back. Below it, right back. Right back. Like, when does that work? So the short game, typically, most people, they're playing that. If you're going to make any real money, you're going to make it on stocks. Because this is an index, but inside of this index, it's all these different stocks, man, all playing this game. And so when you're seeing, watch, it's ever so slightly too, but watch. When you're seeing, let's just say we had a crayon in our hand, right? And when you're seeing this movement, the way it'll move. Hold on. So it's flowing. Steadily heading higher, right? Well, inside of that, these stocks that make up these things, they're flowing. They're doing the same thing, man. And so that pattern that I would see, I'd begin to see in all kinds of stocks. Not perfect, doesn't always work. But sometimes it'd be picture fucking clear. And I'd look for it, and I'd wait for it. And I'd want to take advantage of your foreclosure, of the thing that's causing you pain. Good. I hope it hurts. I hope you bought it up here. There you go. Kills you all the way down. Why? Because when people are hurting like that, that's when you get the best opportunities. Right? If this ultimately goes to $29, when was the best time to buy it? Well, you could have bought it here. You still would have came out, right? Look, you still came out. Just because it's on an extreme or just because the RSI is high doesn't mean it's forever not going any higher. It just means right now. It typically just means when you see this green on your chart. So what is this? Oh, man, I fucked up. I put them all on there again, didn't I? Yeah, back this up. When you're looking at this, how do we make sense of it? How do we know this is too high or this is too low, right? How do we know that? It's easy looking at it here, but how do you do it in real fucking time? In real time, looking at the chart, you're like, yes, this is blah, blah, blah. That's what this is. How do you do that? And so we had to create rules. This is like the basics, the tenets. And if they don't believe this, they're doing something different. Right? And so I began to outline rules. That's what the book, The Money Flow Trading System, is about. That wasn't written to sell it. That was written for me, man. To explain fucking price movement. So that when I saw this, I'd go, well, that looks like a top. And when I saw this, I'd say, well, that looks like a bottom. On the last 10,000 fucking charts, that's what it looked like. But here's the thing. There's possibility. There's randomness. It could keep going. Things could happen. Right? So we have to understand that. So we create these rules around just the basic belief of price uncertainty, man. And then I began to think, well, okay, wherever it's been before, I know it can go there. So that's pretty simple. So if it's already been there before, and where it is now is much lower than that, and there's an intrinsic reason to believe that this thing is worth more money, now I can use what they call technicals. Looking at charts is technical. Oh, I'm a technical trader. That means I'm too fucking lazy to read. Whenever someone says, nah, I just trade technicals, just insert the word too fucking lazy to read. Now, some people take offense to that while not reading. Right? Undisciplined. Smartest people in the world wake up every day to, I hate to disappoint you, but people way smarter than you get up tomorrow, actually take this shit serious, and want to make a lot of fucking money. Well, you're bullshitting. Half-ass looking at it. If I get time, I might go read that. You ever fall into that camp? Sometimes I do. Sometimes I got to remind myself of that. Like, hey, maybe you want to act like you want to do this. The guy says, well, I'm still having trouble with, well, untrouble it. Human beings are the only animal on this planet that can train itself. You can fucking train yourself to play the piano. If tomorrow you sat down and said, all I give a shit about is learning to play the piano, everything will change. Every day I will do ba, and everything will revolve around that. Guess what happens in about a year? Guess what happens? You're going to have a lot less friends because they didn't like the structure you just brought. They don't like what you're fixated on or what you're looking at, right? Your life's going to change. But at the end, I guarantee you, you'll be a better piano player. You don't think you will? Or it could be chess, fishing, remodeling a house. You could just pick anything, man. You could pick anything tomorrow. Perversions, sexual addiction, cocaine, whatever. Stock market, making money with money. And tomorrow, that's what you do. See, the secret to success is be plus do equals have. Meaning you be it first, then you get the money. My new book is entitled From Chaos to Cash. The mechanics of time in the market to accumulate wealth. That's a little different. Where's it at? So look at this. B plus do equals have. So BX. Somebody said, well, you don't talk a lot about BX. I know, I already did all the buying I'm going to do. I'm not looking right now for it. Put it in though. What do we need to do with this stock? Now remember, I believe over time that stocks just go up, man. This is a hard concept for people to get their mind around. And as stocks move through the money flow, sometimes super tight pattern, sometimes super loose, what we're looking for is the super loose. Look, this is what I call loose. You say what I mean, it flows. It's called the money flow, right? So I'm looking for flows in price. More volatility, the better. Some people call it beta. Beta is the activity of a stock against the S&P 500. So let's take the S&P 500, the beta is 1. If a stock moves twice as much as the S&P 500, it has a beta of 2. If a stock moves half again as much, such as say an AT&T, it might have the beta of 0.5. And so if I look at the stock and I see the beta is 0.4, that tells me there's not a lot of fucking flow. It's not flowing. It's just dragging either at the same pace or less. Does that make sense? So if you go take DraftKings and we put it in, it's probably got like a beta of 1.8. Meaning whatever the market's doing, it does 1.8 more. Or 0.8 more, excuse me. So is this, let's back this up 2 weeks. This is BX. Did you know what beta was? No. I thought we wanted to trade stocks. So let's pull this up. The only way to get, I shouldn't say the only way, the way to keep it, why would I want to keep this when it's up 333%? Now you might think, well, man, we need to take that. We need to harvest it. Why? Why do we need to do that? What if we just use the money flow, right? The price pattern, moving up and down, up and down. And when it's down and goes sideways, I buy more. I just do that all the time. And if the position gets too big and runs up into a stage 3, yeah, maybe I'll downsize it or I'll just let it go. I don't have to do anything. What direction is it going? Up. Why do I need to do anything? Beta is your measure of risk. You go look at the beta on this, it's pretty high. These big drops fell from 65 to 33. This is where a lot of people, when you realize they are completely full of shit. All that shit they talk out the window. And the guy who can't take this right here, that's a lot of people, man. Right? It's easy to do it, say it until you're there. A lot of people, this is when they start losing interest. They don't get more interested. They get less interested. Meaning at the time of the most opportunity, the time that could benefit them the most, they care the least because of how much they owned when the game started. So I've met a lot of people that came to trading stocks after the crash of the COVID-19 virus. And it'll go down. You witness history. 10 years from now, it'll be like when I was trading in the World Trade Center and fucking 9/11 and oil did its thing and the stock market crashed by 20% and all my money, whoop, gone. Just like that. And there's people that'll be freaked out by that. They become preoccupied that. They watch YouTube and fucking go to Zero Hedge and read shit and sit around and watch Fox News, and then they begin to formulate this, man. And instead of becoming a time of opportunity, it becomes something they're fearful for, or they begin to use that as an excuse not to participate. Because what does that have to do with this? This is on a stage 2 breakout, right? That doesn't have anything to do with Ray Dalio or the Federal Reserve or any of the bullshit excuses people come up with, or, Christmas or vacation. This had nothing to do with that. This breakout that's happening is going to happen whether you pay attention or participate or not, man. It's going to go up. It's been doing it. Did it over here too, didn't it? And then just ran up. Is there any way we could have known to start taking this trade down? Yeah. That's what these indicators do. This is what the pattern does. It brought order, chaos to our time frame. So if we're trading, you want to make this known at the beginning. Or what are we trying to do with this stock? Are we trying to build wealth with it? Well, that gets real fucking simple, right? You just buy good companies, and when they go in stage 1s, you buy some more. And when one of them runs up real high, you trim a little bit, and you roll it to it. Now this one is still recovering from COVID. It's a mortgage REIT. I don't really give a shit about that number. My position's much larger now. And these are different companies, right? Nucor Steel. The only way for me to be 173% up in this is just over time. But this is not trade. This is just me building wealth. Steel company. This here's an elderly assisted living. They pay an 8% dividend yield. So's that. That's ARK funds, Chevron, right? There's some Bitcoin. Just in case it goes to $1 million fucking dollars. I'll take that bet. This is like an option that doesn't expire. You know that, right? You got to look for those. And look, these are no-brainer stocks, man. But that's not trading, right? That's simple. So why would those be green? Because they just go up over time, man. Just whenever you decide to join and play the game. So what if you'd have joined to play the game at the bottom in 2019 in a COVID crisis? Well, fuck, you've loved this, right? But what if you just started right here? This game kind of sucks. Right? What if you started here and now we're here? My point being is the money flow also takes time, man. People forget this. This stock could be playing this game at $75, but it started at 4 and then it went to 7 and it did a 7 back down to about 5, and then from 5 it ran up to about 15, and from 15 it fell back to 7, where then it ran back up, and this fucking cycle was here before you were. And it'll be here after you, man. This game's just being played out. Boom, up and down, up and down. And then we show up and it gets personal. It gets real personal then. Because our fucking eyesight and window's short. Let's say you were dumb enough to buy it here, which I would have told you no. You know that. What are you doing? It already ran, dummy. You don't buy shit that's already gone up, man. You're trying to get ahead of it. If you're trading the way I'm trading. Now, if you're trading a different way, then trade your way. But don't ask me. Do you? Right? But I don't buy shit when the RSI is green. Why? Because I can find plenty of good, valuable shit where the RSI is red. So I don't need to. I don't have to be forced to make dumb buys or trades, right? But that, even still, I don't know the future. And so even though most of the time when that's like that, this thing turns, right? And it goes down and then it goes over, right? It went one more up. We don't have all certainty. And so we have levels and phases. When price is on this side of the green line, it's bullish. Where's Bitcoin? Somebody said to me that Bitcoin is down. What the fuck are you talking about? 1%? That is not down. So as we look at this, what do we see? Is price down? No, price is in a box. That's what it's supposed to do. It's moving in a box. Right? Was that down? Was Bitcoin down there? What about here? Is it down? Is that down? Is it going down or is it going fucking up? Right? So if we look at this and we're looking at the pattern, inside of the movement going up, it has down days. Right? You can have a down day in an uptrend. So these are good. We want these. This is how you get it higher. You can't go higher without going down. So all movement, you'll see it. It just does like this. Right? And you say, why are you emphasizing? You need to understand that. You need to be cool with these. You need these. These are how we get up, man. So a lot of times I get people, oh man, 3 days. What are you thinking about Bitcoin? What do you mean? It's going up, man. It's above the 20. So we're not thinking anything else. So as I look at this and I'm trying to bring, the new book's called From Chaos to Cash. I'm trying to bring order to help me time, right? We put in the simple. We put in the 20, simple moving average, put it in. You put 20, go to your drop down box, pull it up. It's green, it's always green. Hit the update. Now, look at all the brain power we just saved. If it's on the other side of this green line, it's bullish, period, until it's not. Where's it at? It's still on the other side, right? Now what? We're building a box. We don't know. If it breaks out, where's it going? Where it was before. So about 57,000. About another $9,000. Maybe it goes down. If it goes down, where's the downside target? Where it was before, man. About right there, about 37,000. Right? And then down here. So we don't know. It's above the 20 though. It's bullish. Right? So let's see. Good friend of mine went all cash. Market's overpriced. Here's the QQQ. Does it look like it's going to crash to you? What do you see? I mean, if you take off the news and stop looking at YouTube and start trying to guess it and figure it out, what is that right there? That's a breakout, right? Price is breaking out. So what direction is the market going? Up. Okay. Going up. Why would we have human nature that wants to fight that, man? Let's see. What about the S&P? It's going up. It's been going up. Up, 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 up. Right? Let's see. Where's oil? I will look at Brent crude. Let's look at the XLE. Where's it at? It's going up. It's back above the green line, right? Now I'm jumping ahead, but this zone of consolidation, this box, when it was broken, and this is money flow 2.0, and came right back into the box, that is super bullish, man. That's our most bullish pattern. Or it's our target. Why? Price can go where it has been before. So once it's broken above the green line, I assume it's going to go where it was before. When it broke down below the green line, I assume it's going to go where it was before. That's exactly where it went, right? And if you remember, when we had this day right here, I held our long position. I mean, at this point, it already broke down. Just giving it a moment because I knew if it came back into this box, that's the most powerful signal we have. And I had already taken 0 off the table. It's just fucking oil, man. It's not that big a deal, okay? All right, it goes down. So I give it a minute. For what? Opportunity. What's the opportunity? That it gets back into this box. Because if it does, I'm pretty certain it's going to 55, right? But I'm not trading at 55. I'm doing it leveraged. So I'm trading on the gush. That's a breakout in oil, right? What's my target? $100. So we bought here, here, and here. Three buys, right? Price is back where it was. Now, if it stays in this box, I could keep adding to this. It's not going to do it overnight, guys. Where's it going? Oh, are you not? Oh, I'm sorry. You're busy. You're not watching oil? Are you watching oil? I hope so. I assume if I come to your house, there's some evidence that you're watching oil. It was up 10% yesterday. Or are you too busy chasing stocks that already ran up? I know people that know more about stocks that went up than what's happening with oil right now. How the fuck does that help you, man? This is what you should be watching. This is breaking out. If something's already left you, you don't need to look at that one. You didn't catch it. You need to be focused on what is, what can happen. Like right fucking now, this stock. This is breaking out. So if you're not observing this while watching something someone else did, I see that happen a lot. Gerald, what do you think of this stock? And it's run up 90%. And I'm like, why the fuck aren't you looking at oil, dude? Like, why are you even asking me this and not asking me about the breakout that is happening? Because if we look on oil, what does the beginning of a big move up look like? Price breaks above that green line, right? We call this a stage 2 breakout, right? So if you follow me, what do I tell you? Every day, Bitcoin, oil, NASDAQ, right? Where are bonds? Bonds, Where are bonds? Right? So you don't need me to show you. You don't need my report. You're watching them. Oil's not breaking out without you. Period. What happens if you solve for that equation? You're like, oh yeah, but I got to go. But no, bullshit. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do anything. You execute the trade. No fucking excuses. You execute it. You get up. You have your thing up. You look at the chart. You pull your thing up and go, look, oil's breaking out. I need to allocate some money to oil. It's right there. It's right there every fucking day. You can watch it. Same with gold. Same with Bitcoin. Same with bonds. Same with the S&P 500, right? Same with ARK funds. Same with fucking Uber. All these stocks are there every day, right? And you can be confused and run around looking at stocks that went up. Or you could, I don't know, do some king shit. Bring your list in. So I come over here and look, all right, portfolio 3. These are the ones that I'm currently in, right? And so every day as I go through here and I click view all, right? So how many times should I have done this weekend? Like, I don't need to look at alt. 0 time needs to be spent on alt. Why? I did all the looking down here, man. Remember when it was killing us? Remember when this stock was, oh, this stock, it's killing me. What should we do with it? I'm like, really? What should we do? You don't know what to do now? You need help being explained to you what to do, right? One man's foreclosure is another man's opportunity. But sometimes based on where we bought it, it might fuck with us. And all of a sudden we don't see the opportunity because we're living right here. We're living right here. I see this every day. Immaturity among traders. They got their mind on the wrong fucking thing, right? So this, if you bought in here and then it ran up and then you woke up to this, you might think this is a problem, right? So what do you do now knowing what you know, right? What you know is how the money flow moves. It's not going to 0, okay? It might take some time, some patience, and maybe some fucking skill set where you actually apply yourself, man. And you wait. You go, well, shit. What now? Well, I'm going to wait for a fucking stage 4. And when the stage 4 sets up, I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to take some money from winners, and I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to trade my way out of here, and I'm going to make a bunch of fucking money. Because this thing, how much is this thing worth? Oh, it's funny. All of a sudden, it changes when it goes down. So they have a $27 target. So when this happened, was this a problem that was killing you, or was this an opportunity for you to do something inside of a stock you already own? See, we're constantly looking outside of ourselves for another stock or that one over there when you're sitting on one that could give you a great opportunity. But you would have to see it that way and not be seeing this as a bad thing while you're looking at other stocks. You're not even in that fucking stock. And you're thinking that's what you should be doing. No, what you need to do is manage the ones you're in, man. So as long as you get ones that are good in different sectors across different parts of the market, and you pay attention to them, and you read, and you study, and you change some things as if you actually care, and you watch them, and you execute on it. You execute on it. If you were a hedge fund manager managing $10 billion tomorrow, would you pay attention? I think so. I think you would approach it a little different. Well, maybe your money's worth $10 billion. Maybe the little bit of money, the chump change you're trading, maybe you should treat it like it's $10 billion. What if we were grateful for the ability to get up and trade, man? Man, all I live for, this is all I look at. This is all I want. These extremes. This is the money flow trading system, right? There are a lot of systems. There's nothing that trades like this. Nothing. I don't give a fuck who you are or what you do. This trades better than you. The only reason this doesn't work is people let it down. They don't get their buckets right. Their life is too out of whack. They don't pay attention. They're not reading. They're not using the brain God gave them because he gave you the price movement. He showed it to me clear as fucking day, dude. Just came right to me playing blackjack. All the shit I've been studying right there. What is this? Alt? Doesn't that look a lot like what's happening here now? And that pattern, and doesn't that look like a lot like it? Like bam, went down, went sideways, broke above the green line, what, runs up, and then what? How do we know when to sell it? This one shocks me. I've written about it, show it, talk about it, hundreds, a fucking 1,000 hours explaining how do you downsize a trade. When that goes green and it's above it, you want to sell into strength and you want to buy weakness. So if you wake up into weakness, is your response to sell? Oh, that fucked up a lot of trading systems right there, right? So if you catch yourself on the wrong side of the money flow, you're going to be selling at about the time you should be buying. You're going to be buying when you should be selling. Come on, man. And I'm talking to me, man. What was the first day above the green line? Do you see how these indicators start to become a scope on the rifle? It's a scope, man. You see that? That is the fucking thing of beauty, man. This right here is the breakout. Look at that, man. A lot of people take this shit for granted. Some of you got it because I gave it to you. You didn't have to do no work. I just fucking gave it to you. Spent years laboring on this. There was no internet. Nobody's explaining this stuff. You might get it in 20 or 30 different books. Your dad taught you this? Did your dad know a lot about this? Did he know this? Or did he watch Fox News and just make up shit? MSNBC. That's what most people do, man. Right? Just watch, make shit up. Fucking politics. Look at this move, man. You know, here's the thing. When this happens, this is what I'm trying. This is the beautiful thing. You don't do shit. This takes 10 seconds a day to manage. 10 seconds. You look at the chart. Oh, 5 day. Look, 5 day, 10 day, 20 day, all over there. There's price. That took me 10 seconds. Next chart. There's nothing else to do. I don't even think about selling anything until this thing goes green. In 10 seconds, I can look at this trade, tell you what I need to do. Bye-bye. Next chart. So I had a guy send me a stock, and he goes, Gerald, you think I should get out of this? And I said, why? It looks fucking great. And he goes, I know, but I'm up 5% after owning it for like a year. I'm like, oh. Let me see if you'll get what I'm saying. If me and you are trading, and I come to you and I go, hey, dude, look, alt just got smashed. Let's wait for it to set up. And the first fucking day that it closes above that red line, we call that the trigger. And the money flow trading system's called the trigger right here. It should be dotted on your chart. The first day that this thing has at least a box, by a box I mean there's a pivot point. A point where price hit a low and it fucking stopped and it held there. And that is the low. And now I can draw a box based on the other bars. And I could determine that this is possibly, maybe, could be the bottom. Maybe. I don't know. Think so. I need a box. And what do I need? What do I know? It ain't going to do shit until these moving averages come together. And as this plays out, I could add a little bit more. Next day, I buy another 5, 10 shares. It is now playing out. We can see it coming together. If you go to my story, I ask you to listen to the Beatles song, Come Together. Now, I know a lot of you go, oh, I know that song. I didn't say to think in your head, I know that song and not listen to it. Go listen to it in a trading mindset. Go listen to that song. And then the original version. I'm going to post on my story some alternative versions. See which one you like. Where could this go? Well, it's worth $29. So we know it can at least go to 16. Shit, it's worth 29. Was this a buying opportunity? Now the guy that bought it here says, baby, I'm almost back to even. I think I should get out of this stock. He's not trading from here. He's trading from up here. It's not occurring to him that maybe this pulls back, right? Look. This runs up, and let's say over here, it goes sideways, right? It's building its little thing. So it's run up, goes sideways, sideways, sideways. You're only up 6%. I'm like, yeah, but thank God I finally got it back. I know. But if you would have bought back down here, right, back when it was in this zone, would you only be up 6%? You're like, nah, I'd probably be up a little more, but I didn't because I was down some. Oh, okay. All right. So as we run up, we could get a little pullback, right? Goes where it was before, and then it stops. Where's the target? We said $29. It's only at what? 14. That's 100% from here. What is that? 84%. So we're going to bail on an opportunity for 84% from here. Because one time we bought it fucked up over here. And you let this mess you up. And now you're out of the money flow, right? You get pulled out of it. And instead of staying with that stock and riding it, playing the chess, moving the pieces around the board, right? We've moved on. And then you're not in oil when oil breaks out because you put your money somewhere else and you miss the move. Sometimes people describe that to me as opportunity cost. Oh, yeah, but look, all this money you're putting over here, I could have put it in this and it ran up. Well, what if that ran down? Now you just doubled your losses. You went from a loser to another fucking loser. What about that? That never gets brought up in opportunity costs. Or because you know this is worth $29, we're like, well, shit. I don't have to do anything. I just wait. And when I get to stage one, I start nibbling again, right? What could I be selling to buy that? I don't know. Let's see. DVAX is also a pharmaceutical company in the same sector. Look at DVAX. This is where I want to sell, man. I want to sell into strength, right? What do I do now? I just sit on it. I don't know if it's going down. Maybe it builds a thing and we get to buy some more. Or maybe it pulls back into here, right? Pulls down. So we had it go. It did what it's supposed to do, right? It went sideways. It ran up. Now it's going sideways. Maybe it comes down and we get to start buying it back down in here. Because I had 350 shares. Then I got down to 200 shares, right? And then 155 shares. And now I'm at what? 100 shares. So if it pulls back into here, maybe I start putting them back on. Now I'm back to 125, 175. It starts to move sideways. It breaks out again. I'm back to 200, maybe 300. It runs up. It hits my target. And what? I start taking it down. But correct me if I'm wrong. You got to be following the stock to do that. Let's see. See, everybody talks about the stocks they missed. And it's like, you wouldn't have fucking caught them because you wouldn't have stayed with them, man. Because you can't stay with the ones you got now. That's a lot of people, man. Look at Sava right now. Look at this. You tell me, man. When it was on the extreme RSI, watch. Up in here, right? These are sell points, by the way. And you can easily identify them once you're inside the flow, right? Where was the big breakout? Right there, right? You got a second one. Seems to me you needed this in order to get this, right? So now we have what? This. And what is this setting up for? For another run up. So it's come down from $140 to $58. let's see. What do they think it's worth? $154. If I was the kind of guy that wrote shit down with a pen, that might be of interest to me. Let's see. Sava. S-A-V-A. Tip rank says $154. Fuck's sake, that's high. So obviously something's going on here. There's some drama. One man's foreclosure is another man's opportunity, right? So now I got to stalk this. Is it extreme yet? No. Has it formed a box yet? No. Is this a buy? No. No. Now you could. You're asking the guy that wrote the book on waiting for a stage setup. This is not a stage setup. Now, you could just buy some. Buy it 2 shares, now you're following it. And you go, hey, I'm going to wait for it to do what? Go down, and then what? Go sideways. And then I'm going to start doing what? Buying it. And then what? What if they fix their problem? That's going to take weeks to months, right? There's no rush, man. You get what I'm saying? Oh, some of you guys don't have pro counts on your... Are we watching Sava? Whoa. I hope you're watching it. Sold a little alt. Here's another question I get. What if I'm still underwater right here? This stock don't care. The stock doesn't care. The market doesn't care. Nobody cares that you bought it higher. It's going extreme. Do you get what I'm saying? The price is now extreme. It's pushing up against a previous high. It's on extreme. It's more likely from here to start to go down. That's the pattern. That doesn't mean you have to sell it. It just means you should be aware of it. And maybe you could. Maybe you could trim a little to throw over at let's say, this stock. Because you think this has a better chance of running to 24 than alt does of breaking through previous resistance. You're trading the totality, the balance of your account, right? It's not necessary. It's okay to be down in a stock, to be up in 3 others. Hey, Instagram's about to kick me off. I appreciate you listening. I'm going to switch over to YouTube. God bless. And if I can help you with trading, let me know, man. What's up, YouTube? I hope that makes sense. You can take money from a trade you're underwater in to put it back on and a little later at a better opportunity. In other words, you could lock in a tax harvest that'll offset gains you're going to have, right? Because it's technically a good move. You could take a loss and you're selling into strength. I mean, there's different ways of looking at things. And if you rolled that money and you get that right, but like opportunity, you could get it wrong, but let's say you got it right. You're taking some from a stock that looks like this, right? Moving up, and you're adding to one that looks like this. That stupid thing's not working. What the fuck? Sorry. They said, what do we see in ETC? Now, if you're new to trading with me and it moves 2-3%, that doesn't mean it's going down or up. Sometimes I'll get we'll buy it and it'll move 2% and they're like, what are we? I'm like, yo, man, we just got in. We're trading zones and boxes, not, yeah. So we're in this zone here that, yes, this 3 is becoming a 1. It started to play out. You'll see the full stochastics turned. The MACD turned. And price was above the 20. You get it? meaning it was unfolding and then it stopped. And so if you watch a lot of the ways I'm trading, I'm stalking it. I'm waiting for that. This is not going to 150 without me, okay? So I'm watching this as closely as possible. And if you remember, we got in on this one and we rode this one up for 40%, took it down, and then got out. And I was just waiting for it to set back up and do a stage, because it's going to do this. You know, it could do this and then run up again. Like this could go for the next 6-7 months, man. And so we want to catch these moves up, these big moves up if we can. What else are we watching? So, I mean, all day long, I'm just watching. Where's ETH? Stage 3, man. But look, it's correcting in time, dude. It is not sold off. This has given us a lot of time. It is not sold off. Well, we're right on the edge. I mean, ride the 5 against the 20. The zones are bigger than the moving averages, man. The moving averages are going sideways. So these are of no use to you anymore. See that? If you've taken my boot camp, you'll know what I'm talking about. Once the moving averages go sideways, they lose any value. It's going to be the direction of the break. Make sense? Because now it's complete uncertainty. They're laying on each other. I mean, they've just gone flat. So we're about to have a big breakout, up or down. I don't know which way. My man said, smash the likes, you fucking dregs. Look at ADA while we're looking. I'm up pretty big in this one. Look at this, man. If this is now like support, this is what's crazy. Previous high is now possibly support. Stage 1, stage 2, massive run up. If you remember, I sold a little bit. The reason for that is I was trying to fund some other trades. If we had a pullback, I wanted to take some swing trades in DOT, Ethereum Classic. So I need some money for that. I'm up pretty big in this, so I just trim a little bit so that I could trade some of those smaller coins. So let's look at DOT. So I've been swing trading DOT and ETC. So let's see DOT. See, same thing, man. We got to get ready to, if this is going up or down. Look where it stopped, exactly where we thought it would before, right? So stage 1, there's the breakout. Where's our target? Previous high, right? So we went up, 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 started selling some, sold some. Now we're here, and I think I closed it. Didn't I close it? I think I did. And so we're waiting. That was just a swing trade. Entry, entry, exit, exit, out. Swing trade. Perfect swing trade. Now what do we do with that money? I'm just waiting on another perfect swing trade. If we break out, the target's what? 42. So if this breaks up, DOT, so I'm watching it. Every fucking hour, I take my phone out and I look at the chart of $, ETC, and $DOT. USD. Even if you're with your girlfriend, pull it out and look. If she gets mad, tell her you have to go away then. Sorry. Or if he gets mad. Let's see. Someone had brought us Dare before. So don't compromise on that. You have to track these. Yeah, I didn't get in the dare, but you remember that person bringing it to us, and we see the pattern. So, 230. A lot of these are breaking out. Look at Pola. It's breaking out. $11 target on that. He says, what platform do you trade cryptos on? Coinbase works just fine, sir. Or you can use Coinbase Pro too. I'm looking at them on the charts here. Look at Solo breaking out, up 5% on Friday, heading above the green. You see what happens last time we did it. There's our breakout. We ran up. I imagine that's where we're headed to this time. Maybe we'll get to the 54, and the Feds don't stop us. That's the problem. We'll see. All of the wind has been knocked out of these kind of stocks. So, if you think that things are going to get bad, if we get up into here, you might trim these junior growth stocks. Take them down to a comfortable position. Because, they're going to run into problems up here. We're going to be back to the same old bullshit. So if you're nervous on those, that's when you do it. BOXL. I'm in quite a few of these. I love these penny stocks. BOXL, look at this pattern. You can just watch it. Like it just goes sideways, runs up, goes sideways. Look at that. Look how long that was. And you say, where does price go on the way down? Well, it goes where it was before, and then it stops, right? And then where does it go on the way up? It goes where it was before, and then it stops. But guess what? Sometimes it stops, and then it breaks out again. And that's what we're seeing on Bitcoin. It came down to where it was before and stopped, went sideways. It's now broke up, and now it's going to where it was before, and it's stopping. And now we're building that base. And are we going to break up, or are we going to break down, man? Marie says, do you teach every Sunday? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, every Sunday. So same thing is happening in Bitcoin. So as you're studying all of these, like get a pencil out, like go print off my report. However it works for you. So let's back this up. Now that we're off the Instagram, let's see. So if you look at this, I got Uber on here. I believe Uber is worth $72. And this is, when was this? This was July 30th. You notice I don't update these every day. I don't need to, okay? They're not moving that damn fast. I said Uber is caught up in a shadowed COVID-19 crash that is happening, meaning it was only in some stocks. See Delta, Carnival Cruise, Budweiser, Delta, Wynn, I said Delta twice, Las Vegas Sands, and related stocks. Be patient. Use stage 4s to take advantage. This was July 30th, okay? Let's go look at Wynn. That's stalking stocks. Now, let's find July 30th. Let's see. So right in here. So what am I observing right there? I didn't say we start buying then. I said, what am I doing? I'm looking for the setup. So let's pull that up. So right around the 30th, what am I doing? I'm looking for the setup. What am I looking for? A stage 1. I need the stage 1. I need price to stop dropping, start to go sideways, and close above that 5-day moving average. And then I need it to break above the green line, right? And so as we stalk this, I'm waiting. And we start to get that action right in here. Remember, we're nibbling. We're buying against the downtrend. The trend hasn't changed. This is the trend change. So it keeps going down. Okay. This is a small nibble, man. We're nibbling. What do we do now? Putting more back on. What's the target on this? Well, we need to have some assurance that Wynn is probably worth more than that. So let's go see. What do we think it's worth? 127. What am I trying to get? Man, I just need 116. We could take it all the way up into there. So we got plenty of room for upside target, right? This is what it's worth. But we need these stages to build. So now what? Now we're up 5, 6, 7%. What do? We just let it run, man. Same in Las Vegas Sands. Now what was happening in Delta? What's it doing? Same thing, right? Stage 1 starts being built. It's this big down move. It's this big down move that has set this opportunity up. This big down move is what sets it up for you to make money up here. Right? We need the down move, man. I need this shit, man. This shit ain't hurt. This is what I need. In order for me to make the most up here, I need it to come down, man. So I want to stalk those, right? What else do we, where's Carnival Cruise? I'm not in that one, but same type of stock. What do we see? Dude, look at this one. Look at this money flow pattern. But what is this? This is stalking a sector, right? Now we get the sideways. What is it? You get what I'm saying? This is the shit you're studying. What do I mean a stealth COVID crash? Because why other stocks are going up, this shit's going down, man. And the reason it's going down is they're afraid that the end outbreak, it's going to hurt Uber, it's going to hurt American, Delta. People are trying to get ahead of it. So the market's always in the future. And so you got to be on that. You got to be watching that as it plays out. And guess what? You may be building something that right now is not working. You're running against what's happening. But then all of a sudden you're like, squirrel, this stock over here went up a bunch. That ain't got shit to do with what you're doing right here. This game you're playing. You can play other games. You can have as many of these games going as you want. But each one of these is an independent thing, man. And if this is your target, I don't know, do you have the human brain power to trade it from here to there? Or are you going to get sidetracked? I don't know. I don't know how long you can stay with Bitcoin. What are bonds doing? Why am I the only one who tracks bonds? Nobody even texts me, let me know it's breaking out. Look what happened last time it broke out. We had a 40% run in the TMF. Michael Burr is short this. Good. Make it easier to go up when he covers his short for a loss. See, where I'm most interested in bonds is after this. This is not much of a sell-off, is it? See, I'm not as excited about it, but you say, what do you mean? Meaning I want a big down move. This is not much of a correction. Doesn't do much for me. I mean, it's legit. It's breaking out. I'm just, I'd be a lot more involved, I think, if it would come down lower. So let's look at gold for a second. Look at gold. Where's our target in gold? Where it was before. Why am I interested in gold? It's trading below the 200-day moving average value. That's it. It's undervalued. This is really the only way to measure it. How do you, it's hard to measure gold. It's hard to put a value on it. We can look at what does it cost to mine it, to dig it out of the ground. How do we place the target? Well, one way is simply wherever it's been before, it can do it again. And so if I can catch it lower, catch the breakout, I can ride it up, right? I can take it off on the technicals. I can take it down or downsize it on the drop down, right? And then I can start loading it back up to catch it and get it up here. But in order to do that, you got to be in the flow of gold. Did you notice on Friday that gold was breaking out? So all these things are breaking out, man. And I got people bringing to me stocks that are already up wanting to talk about that. And it's like, dude, gold is breaking out right in front of you. Bonds are breaking out right in front of you. There's all kinds of junior biotechs and growth stocks breaking out all around. So now is not a time to execute stupid trades. Now is the time to buy things that are day one breakout. Buy it. Take a position. And you buy 3, 4, 5 of them, small positions, right? Next day it's pulled back a little, you add to it. From the moment it went above the green line, you're now playing it to the upside. Any weakness is used to build the position, not to doubt the fucking position. It's to build it. We're going up, you know, if you're playing it that way. Do you post your watch list to the group? Yeah, don't. Click the fucking link. Go to it and you'll see. CRSP. What is CRSP worth? No, we got to be in it to be stalking it, right? 162. This genomics. Where's our previous high? Oh, in the 160s. Where are we now? Stage 1. Stage 1. This is a buy. Target 160. But we have to be on that, right? So if you come over here, I don't know which ones you're watching. You got to figure out what you're watching. These are the stocks that I'm watching every day. And these can change. I can add some to them, take some away. But I'm watching these every day. It's an assortment of utility companies, biotechs, gold, bond-related things, some REITs, some growth stocks, some biotechs, some utilities. There's everything from Uber to battery makers to, steel producers to VR, future, whatever, to pills, to social media, to books, to data companies, to fast food restaurants, to all different kinds of shit. And these are, again, only probably half that I'm actually looking at. Discover and Visa and MasterCard and all these things. And I'm just scanning through them every day. And what am I trying to do? I'm trying to lump them. I'm trying to group them. Right? Groupon, Bitcoin, Fastly, Facebook, right? CBay, Clove. What's the grouping here? What's the similarities? What am I seeing when I come in here? What other stocks are like this? Well, Bingo is also a biotech stock, right? There's two of them. Not a bio, but a genomic stock. So, right? Are they moving together? So I go look at BNGO. Are they moving? I need to take note of this. And look at that. They're pretty much moving together. Right? So what are we seeing in these different sectors? Like CRDF. What are we seeing in the biotechs? Look, they're breaking out. This stock is now at a 7. This slept on people. This big move down broke people's hearts, man. And now it's going to move up. And what if it gets up into the $15, $16? What could have been the greatest opportunity of their life? They completely fucked it up. Got sidetracked, chased other things, took their eye off it. And what was their opportunity? One man's foreclosure becomes another man's opportunity, man. And because of where they bought it, it began to change how they see it, how they respond to it, how they react, their emotions, and then they fucking miss it. Chasing what somebody else is doing. Tyler Bishop, could you make your sharp charts? No, you lazy fuck. You come over here. Are you shitting me? Right here. And you go fucking type them in. You come over here. And you click over here and you hit edit list. I just made a whole course on this. Click new list. Click new list. Right? And then you put in a name. Watch list 2. Hit OK. Then you come down here and you click mini. And you go to that page that I had up. And you go AEP, comma. ABMD, comma. ABMB, comma. Right? And you go through your entire list. Let's see. You go through your entire list, putting them in there, man. here's what that's going to make you do. You're going to learn the fucking tickers. So what else is breaking out as you go through my list? COP, stage 2. Right? So if we go through the money flow, back it up. There's win. That's breaking out now. But let's go through. Hold on. The laziness of your question fucked up my mindset, dude. That's how contagious it is. Hacks and laziness is very contagious. So these stocks right here. And he's probably thinking, no, I was just trying to be efficient. No, you weren't. You need to touch them, man. So let's pull this up here. This is what I'm fixing to show you. Super important. So you see these, right? BX, Pepsi, Southern, HBI, McDonald's, Verizon, MO, Starbucks, MF, Benpeti, blah, 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 right? And we go down, and this, I have this on like 3 accounts. So one says SEP IRA 1, right? Shows the dividend income, right? So if I come over here, portfolio 3, right? That's what this one is. As I go down, you're going to see all, right? ConocoPhillips, stage 2 breakout. If you come over here, look up here, what? ConocoPhillips. It's in this one. So you see how I wrote it down, I post it, I print it. What the fuck? Picture looks blurry. So if you want to build this, you have to scan these every day. So you'd go through and you'd scan through your stocks, right? Now, you would also back up and go, okay, what sectors are these? I don't want to get it all in biotechs, which means I may not be able to fucking buy anymore, man. I may need to look for other things. So there could be Uber, right? There's, what else? What is CPB? Well, let's pull that up. Campbell's. CPB. Way down, right? This come way down. What is our target on that? CPB. So it's down 16%. So as I'm looking in this buy and hold thing, this portfolio here, right? As I'm looking at this and I'm staring at it, all right, what do I got in the oil? I got Conoco, I got Exxon, I got Chevron. What else we got in oil? Well, we got MLPs, right? We got Energy Transfer Partners, ET, MPLX, and ETRN. All right, so that's 6 positions in the oil sector. Where's oil right now? Well, oil's breaking out. So maybe if I have some new money or if I have some gains or some profits, remember I've had this massive gains, and maybe now is a good time to allocate those to that new sector or new money. Maybe I put new money in. And if I'm putting in new money right now, I would push it toward oil because oil's just now breaking out. Right? Or to something on a stage 1. But once it's run, I'm done, man. So if I want more oil exposure, now's the time, or it's going to leave me, right? So if we look at utilities, is now a good time to buy utilities? Let's look. Not really. When were we buying utilities? Back here, right? We were just taking some down. That's just being in the flow, man. Of all the shit you're watching. So go get a list. Start following them. It could be the same as mine. It could be your own. you know, and then guard that list, stay with it, and be careful of other people pulling you off of it, man. You'll get pulled in 50 fucking directions. You'll start thinking just because somebody else posted a chart, they know something you don't know. And the truth is they don't know shit. None of you know more than me. Not one. Even the guy who is smarter and knows more don't. Because we're all dealing with uncertainty. And I don't know more than you. And something I look at and like, it's just my looking at it and liking. I don't really know. You know, I'm making a guess like anybody else. Right? The difference is I play every day. Every day, day after day, year after year, month after month, I just keep playing. Same strategy, same way, right? I want to buy shit cheaper and I want to sell into strength and I want to balance it and I want to try to raise my dividends, right? I want to try to compound them. Is that trading? Well, that's the money flow, but that's not swing trading. You know, that's not options. And so how we approach the money flow could be different for everybody, man. Oh, it's a beautiful thing, man. If your YouTube picture is blurry, go to settings and change the quality. All right, blah, blah, blah. Dude, we got 278 people. Not bad. All right. So your homework is you got to go listen to the Beatles song, Come Together. And then I'm going to give you a couple alternative versions, and we're going to see whose is the best. That song, Come Together, I want you to think about moving averages. Nothing happens. You should hear the Beatles in your head. Nothing happens of any consequence. No stage changes happen until everything comes together, right? So if we hear that in our head, this will keep you on the right basic side, at least of thought process. So utility stocks have been in a nice uptrend. It's not over, right? But we've downsized it. But it could start to, if it works this RSI off, the more that RSI comes down, but price keeps going sideways, the more the possibility that it could break out to the upside and we get a whole new leg higher. And Bitcoin will do that 2, 3, 4, 5 times, man, and climb 400, 500%. That's not going to happen with a utility stock. What's most likely going to happen with the utility stock is it'll do its stage, then it'll brag, it'll pull back. These things are valuable. They'll come into where they were before. They'll start the setup. We'll start buying. Then they start running up. And then what? That'll become support. Probably it'll pull back into here, work it off, and then it'll break out. And this game just keeps playing into the future, man, over and over and over and over and over. My man said favorite Tupac song. Oh, bro, how do we pick just one? But today, let's go with Hail Mary today. Machiavelli. Okay, so I'm going to finish the Money Flow book. Damn, I thought that was a given, bro. You can't buy my book and then speak to me and not have finished reading it. We should discontinue all communication upon getting my book until you read it. I can tell you guys a secret. I don't even talk to people who haven't read it. Like they can't be my friend. I just drifted away from those people. People next door. They don't even understand the money flow. It's sad. I've shared it with strangers, though. Some are accepting, some are not. Some find it fascinating, some could give a fuck. I was at one of my rent houses yesterday, and I'll end with this. And the property across the street finally sold, and I knew I should have bought that property, but I'm trying to buy real estate out of my town, and it's hard to leave your town if you're buying properties in town. So I've switched my focus. Because what you think about comes about, what you focus on grows, right? And so I was talking to this young man, and it was a bunch of young black dudes, and they were fraternity for the college. And I asked him, I said, what are you guys doing, man? And the one guy didn't want to hear it. And I said, well, and I was telling him, I do real estate. I own all this real estate. And I was showing him all the houses because I own a bunch of houses on that street. And the one guy was kind of interested, and the other guy didn't really care. And I remember thinking, how unfortunate for you, son. Like you were standing right here. I could have in 5 minutes told him how to get rich. I was trying to tell them if they wanted to hear it. And the one guy kind of wanted to, and the other was like, pfft. And he left poor to go to his job. That's it. And the way that I got into trading and real estate was strangers. A stranger on a piece of paper showed me how to buy houses. Stranger. You know, the person I was with knew his wife, but I didn't know him from Adam. And he began explaining it to me, and rather than be skeptical or go blah, or I just sat down and said, I'm all ears. And I didn't argue. I didn't, well, what about the, I didn't say any of that. I just listened, and I just went, that's it, huh? And he goes, that's it. And I said, I just do that 10 times, I'm a millionaire. He said, do that 10 times, you're a millionaire. Okay. And I left. And the next year when I came back, I had done it 3 times. And I showed him, and he's like, holy fuck, this is, nobody's emailing or any of that then, you know, not really. He couldn't believe it that I went and bought 3 exactly like he told me, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. And just like he said, I became a millionaire. And it was so simple. And then same with stocks, man. As I would look at them, stocks like these, like you see where it says McDonald's 108, like I'm up 108%. I'm up $7,000 to the positive, and it pays me dividends. And when I bought this, I bought 5 shares and 2 shares, and then look, dividend. Now I'm buying nothing. So I didn't buy any shares all through the year of 2017. Just didn't set up. I was buying other things. So I could go a whole year and not do anything with that stock. Just own it. Just collect it. But then every so often it gets smashed and it drops really low. And I have some money and I buy 5 shares. I buy 10 shares. So let's look at, this is the first one I began talking on Instagram about. So 2017, I bought 16 shares of, 5 shares in 2016 of Starbucks. $575. And then what? I've just watched. And whenever I get big stage ones, big sell-offs, come extreme, start to go sideways, I buy some. Since 2016, playing this game. Up, down, up, down. I'm not getting rid of it. I've trimmed it a few times. And the reason I trimmed it at 126, SBUX, said I might not buy it again for 2 years. Let's see. Why did I trim it? Okay, 133, and it was at 126 on an extreme RSI, and my position had grown very large. So I trimmed it to go open something new that's on sale. And I'll add 1 or 2 stocks a year. That's it. Now, at first you may add a lot more, right? Or, you could use an app, I guess, that would get you a whole bunch of them. I don't know, however you want to do it. I usually focus on, right now I've been buying Uber. Every day with new money, just buying Uber. I just keep buying more Uber. Every stage 1, every what looks like it, I'm just going to keep buying it. But I don't, might be 1 share, might be 3, might be 5. I'm just going to keep doing it until it turns. Why? Because I know where it's going. I'm pretty convinced. It's going $72, man. I can't give you that conviction, though. But that's how you get like that, where you're going to have to ride Starbucks down. So if we go into a big crash and the market pulls back 20%, that means my Intel that I'm up 50% in, okay, it pulls back. Or this is 50, okay. In other words, we can have a big crash and I'm still green. You say, how's that possible? Been doing it longer. And you will be too. So 10 years from now, if you're not a complete moron, dipshit, which most people are, moving all in and all out and all in, they never compound because they never give it a chance. They can't write anything down. There's going to be people, and there were people that are playing this 10 years before me, that want a 20% correction, you can't even notice it on their portfolio. Everything's green. They're up 200%, 300%, 400% in these stocks because they've been doing this shit for years, man. Every time alt gets smashed, they buy some. We'll fast forward 10 fucking years. What do you think happens? What do you think happens when every time there's a big sell-off, you buy some AT&T and you go forward 10 years, never selling it? You're going to have a shit ton. It pays you dividends. And whenever it goes on sale, you're still above, man. You're still green on it. But a guy who just got in, he just bought in, to him it looks bad. Because he's not seeing the big picture. That's what those pillars I give you, the 10 pillars when you buy a book. If you don't fucking read them, you have zero chance of surviving this. Zero. People smarter than you are getting up tomorrow who will pay more attention. So they're going to be up at 4 a.m. You're not. They're going to be scanning shit. You're not. Right? Most people are not going to do it on the level of a guy running a hedge fund tomorrow. You got everything else in your life is more important. That's most people, man. But there are some people that make it important. They begin to create systems and strategies and formulas and see the big picture, start following the 6 sectors and looking at the 140 plus different subsectors and just getting into the stocks, man. It just becomes part of be plus do equals have. They become part of it, man. And none of it's good or bad. Okay, a stock went up, a stock went down. Who gives a fuck, man? We're playing this. We're doing this forever. You don't think I've seen stocks go down or up? God, well, look how high this one went. And it's been fucking doing that long before you got here, man. Nothing's new. It's just new to you, man. We've rode stocks up for 2,500% gains. Would you be able to do that? Can you stand in there? But that shit's not common. You're not going to have those every day. You're going to get 1, 2 a year maybe, man. And we're not spending our time chasing those. Right? So this is this, look, DraftKings has been here, and I've been telling everybody, this can make you money. This is the kind of shit that can make you 20, 30, 40, 50 fucking thousand, $100,000, where you're consistently buying these stage ones because you're going to sell a shit ton of it at a much higher price. And so the way the money flow takes on characteristics gets to be different. You're not looking to get out of shit, you're looking to accumulate shit. But that's a different maturity level. It's a person with a different amount of money, a different life structure. You know, if you're operating on a little and you're not putting in anything, yeah, this is going to mind fuck you. But if you're constantly investing back into yourself and you're running different positions in different sectors and some shit's going to be up, some's going to be down, and you've played it for a while and you can see the big picture and you believe in what it's doing, and then it's just it's just another day, up, down, who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter. You know, it's the down days, it's the big crashes that set you up to make the fucking to be happy when it moves up, man. The reason I'm happy about DraftKings, not because it's up. I'm happy because I bought all the fucking dips. I'm happy because I didn't sell out like other people. You know what I mean? People were in DraftKings before and now you're not. You were in it, now you're not. You were in it, now you're not. Because they got stopped out or whatever. Like this guy here thought he was being clever. Oh, I'm going to put a stop. All right, now you're out. I'm going to buy a bunch more here, and then right here, because I'm selling it at 72. I don't know what the fuck you're looking at. You see how that changes? That makes things a little different. My vision of what I'm looking for, what I'm trying to accomplish inside of the money flow, that's different than people trading options or day trading. You get what I'm saying? They're doing something different, man. And that's fine. But the clearer you become, like this is a stock, this is what I call position trading. And not all of it is position trading, but this is what this is. That's what Uber is. It's a position trade. Might take a year. Which means in the meantime, if it goes, I don't want to hear, like, what are you talking about? We want it to go down. It's not going to go to 72 in a month, dude. It's going to take a year and a half. So a guy day trade, that's a different game, right? So if you're day trading gold, you can. The UGL, what would you be doing? You'd have got out on Friday, right? And that's his game. Good. I need those guys. I'm not mad at those guys. I'm just teaching you what I do. I'm not even saying it's right for you. I'm just showing you to make the biggest money isn't me getting a bunch of call options on this. It's riding it to $66. It's if this opens down tomorrow, I look at what can I trim so that I can put more into this so that I can sell a shit ton at 66. And that game's going to take a minute, man. There might be pullbacks in that. I don't know, man. That's a game I wish everyone... Because here's the thing. When you learn what I'm showing you, all that other shit gets a lot easier. It's a lot easier to day trade when you got $200,000 invested in a buy and hold account. It's a lot easier to day trade when you got 6 or 7 deals going. It's a lot easier to do it when you ain't got no debt. It's a lot easier to do it when you don't give a fuck if you win or lose. It don't matter. Like, it ain't that big a deal. The moment it's a big fucking deal, it gets real hard. But once you can do this game, you can play this game out of what? Out of prosperity. Down moves just take on a different connotation, man. Good. Bring Uber down to 35. Fuck it. It's going up. I already settled that, man. You think gold's going to stay under the 200-day, the rest of... Come on, man. Some of these things are so fucking obvious, dude. It's like, really? What are we questioning? Like, why aren't we participating in this? Why don't strangers know about this, man? Let's see. Oil's breaking out right now. That house, man. Just keep taking your payments. Bias is like starting another business. You don't need no LLC, man. You don't need an LLC. Just go buy the damn thing. All right, man. You guys be good. I'm going to get off here. I probably should do some work. We got some people that came into the money flow over the weekend. You should get an email from my office today. If you don't know already, I don't change the newsletter every day. If you go to my buy and hold page, usually the stuff you see in red is as of the time that I published that. That's what I was focused on with new money. You notice it's Uber, AG&C, AT&T, Lyft, Tree, and Alt. Well, if you go look, Alt has run up. So just assume I've stopped buying that, meaning I read my own book, okay? Don't be a dummy. I had people buy Alt, and I'm like, dude, it's on a 77 RSI. And they're like, yeah, but you said you were buying it. Yeah, dude. But once it ran, you have to, I'm not updating this in real time every day. So assume I'm not buying it. I'm following the book. There's the cover right there. Or Tree. Why was I buying Tree in my buy and hold? Well, look at it. This is with new money. Look, what am I buying here? I'm buying the stage ones. What's my time frame for life? So I'm just buying the stage ones. Look what I'm buying, the bottoms. How long does I don't give a fuck. Buy share, buy share, buy share, buy share. It's $169 stock, man. So now we're at $2,000 or $3,000, right? Where do we think it's going? And you say, well, it's out of saver right now. Good. What's the target on it? $300. Let's say they're wrong. All right, bring it down, $250. When it gets up there, guess what we're going to do? Sell some off probably to what? Buy a dividend stock. See what I'm saying? So as we change, so as you go and you look at this and you're like, well, why would he be buying that? Well, maybe it's changed. You know, go look at AG&C. Why were we buying that? Because these are mortgage REITs. Mortgage REITs had, all of those had started dropping. So what do I want to do? I want to build up my position in that. What was I looking at? So look, stage 4 decline. What did that get me to do? Be ready. There's my first chance at an extreme. Starts to come up. We start nibbling. It goes back down. We start nibbling. Now what? Stage 2 breakout. Now it's over. I've done all the nibbling I'm going to do. Now I'll leave it alone. What? We'll probably look at shaving some up here. So if I was able to buy more than I want to have up in here, I can take some off to do what? Start a new position or add to something new. But that could be fucking months from now. So I'm done with AG&C. Fuck AG&C. It's already breaking out. I'm done with it. Now I got to turn my focus to something else. I got to turn my focus to something else inside the portfolio with any new money, right? See how we're doing that? Anyway, man, you guys be good. Everybody in New Orleans, I'm probably thinking about my own house first, I'm going to be honest. And then I'm thinking about yours, as I'm sure you are too. I hope everybody does okay, man. God bless.